Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Brain Dump. My name is Nekuhl. I am your host. Brain Dump is a podcast where I spew nonsense for however long I please for whatever's going on that week that I post it. Lots happening, unfortunately, this week. I don't know how much I want to dive into everything that's been going on this week in terms of the country, not even just having to do with me, because while yes, of course, my life is interesting and awesome, and I know everyone wants to know everything about my life always, constantly, for sure, right? That's why you guys tune in. That's gonna be put on the back burner for this episode because the state of our country is kind of a little bit more important to me at the moment. It's always sort of like a little bit of a looming thought that kind of like sits atop my head like a cloud. And right now the cloud is really, really dark and gray, and like there's like thunder brewing in there and lightning bolts like across the cloud and stuff. Like it's not looking too good. As a lot of you by now know, Trump is now our freaking president. It's just the craziest way to start a week off for sure. Like, not only having to start it on a week like this, but MLK Day, like, fuck MLK Day, I guess. Like, I know that every year MLK Day is on the third Monday of the year of like January, but like damn, they couldn't have picked a worse time for the inauguration to be like that same day. Everything MLK stood for, it's like it meant nothing since it was inauguration day. So I want to give a shout out to MLK and all of the amazing things that man has done for our country and all of the things that he fought for, and his beliefs are slowly being fucking dwindled away by a man who is so orange. And I know talking about his appearance is like the last thing anyone would do to kind of like throw a rock at him. But I just can't focus on anything that man says when he looks the way he does, he talks the way he does, he acts the way he does. Like, can you just step away from an office and sit and be a retired old fucking man like the rest of America? Like, it really sickens me. All of the things he has done and signed into effect in just the first like 24 hours of him being president was truly not a great way to start the week. The freaking Civil Rights Act, the Civil fucking Rights Act, gone. All equal job opportunity for sex, race, gender, all of it, age, gone. Like it never existed. Why did you feel like getting rid of that? Why did you feel like getting rid of that? Why did you feel like getting rid of that? I don't understand. Why did you feel like getting rid of that? I'm sorry. Like, I could keep going on, but I'm sure you have had your fill of all of this all week. I don't want this to be another outlet where you have to hear that again, because that's all that I've been hearing, and it's fear-mongering and whatnot. Like, I understand that. And it's heavy on everyone's mind because why wouldn't it be? But I don't want Brain Dump to be a podcast where I'm, like, truly depressing everyone more than they need to be. I'm sure at a further point down the line, at another point or episode in time, I will truly go into all of the politics, all of my own politics and beliefs and such, because it's one thing to fearmonger, and then it's another to actually give people ways to act on the way that they feel and talk to their representatives and whatnot and do something about the way that this country is being run. But that's going to be a separate side other episode. Worry about that another time. I want to talk about something a lot more lighthearted and fun, and just something that is giving me this sense of like there's a light at the end of the tunnel because of Oscar nominations. This week, Oscar nominations have been released, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little sugar to add on top of the shit Sunday that we've gotten this week, you know? Something nice, something refreshing, some good news for a change, perhaps. And I honestly did not know what I wanted to talk about this week for the podcast because I mentally empty. Can't think of a damn thing. Been using too much of this mental power to worry about other things in my life at the moment, but I didn't want to not post a podcast episode because that just goes against everything I've been talking about. Like, guys, I can't not have an episode come out the first month of the year. Like, I have to stick to a consistent schedule. So here I am. The first thing I could think of was Oscar nominations because it was just something I saw when I was scrolling on my Instagram feed this morning. And I was like, oh my God, they got released. What if I dedicated this episode to going over the Oscar nominations? And so that's what we're up to today. And I know that took a while for me to get to, but we are getting there, and I promise I won't make this episode more boring than it needed to be. So I'm really excited about this year's Oscars. I would have to say that I watched a lot of movies last year, majority being new movies that came out that's this past year. So I'm hoping majority of the ones that got nominated are ones that I have seen so that I have an opinion to talk about them. But I do know that I will be watching a lot of the ones that I haven't seen, obviously. That's what I'd like to do every year, because I try to watch, as many new movies as I can. But obviously, time slips away from me, and I don't get the chance to do so. So I like to mentally prepare myself for the Oscars by watching most of the movies that are kind of nominated for the bigger categories. Right, yes. I'm sure at some point before the Oscars I will make my Oscar predictions, and I will make that an episode because I did that before and it was very fun. I remember, I think it was like literally the first year I started this podcast, I did an Oscar nominations episode, like predictions. And I had said if I get a prediction wrong, I will take a shot. And I don't drink, so there was a lot on the table for me that night. And I ended up taking, I think, 3 or 4 shots. It was terrible. But I got through it, It really, incentivized me to want to get them as right as possible. Last year's Oscars were a shit show, I gotta say. I was quite disappointed on how the results ended up going. I felt like there was movies that won that shouldn't have, that got snubbed, as it always is. I can't control the fucking Academy. I'm just a movie watcher. If I wanted to care about the Academy, I would join the Academy and be a prominent voice in that Academy, for sure. So, without further ado, let's see that full list of Oscar 2025 nominees. Starting off with the first and probably biggest category of the night, Best Picture. The nominees for Best Picture this year are going to be Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Upon first read, I'm noticing a movie is on here that otherwise the Academy would give 2 shits about, would give less than 2 shits about. The Substance. As maybe I would hope most of you, but if you don't know, for some reason the Oscars have issues with horror movies. They almost never include horror movies in any Oscar nominations, ever. ever. It's very rare. You almost never see it happen. I don't know what their deal is with horror movies, why they don't like horror movies, why they never nominate them, because they are a work of art, and a lot of like effects and a lot of sound design, and there's just so many different aspects to a horror movie that would just warrant it to get its own nominations and categories and whatnot. Like, they should have that included, but for some reason they have beef. The Academy has beef with horror movies. So to see The Substance on here is wonderful, and to have them even be in a category as big as Best Picture truly speaks so many volumes. I'm so proud. I can't believe that. I personally deem The Substance as a horror movie because it's a body horror movie. It's a thriller. It's a whatever you want to call it. It's at its base horror, because the idea of The Substance alone is just like a horrific thing to think about. Like, oh, do you want to get younger? Inject this substance into you and it'll completely change your life. And also, the person who gets the substance will slowly start to regret it and also feel like they need to be young and preserve this young body forever, because that's obviously what's giving them the motivation to keep living. It's just like, it's a really great movie, and I'm glad it's nominated. Will it win? I don't know. We'll see. I won't say too much about who I think is going to win, because I'll save that for a predictions episode. But Anora also being on here was a huge shock to me, because while yes, I did think the movie was awesome and amazing, like, Best Picture is crazy. The cinematography was like okay at best, but Best Picture is quite the title to give this movie. I haven't seen a good majority of what's on here. As far as I know, like, I haven't seen A Complete Unknown, like the Timothée Chalamet Bob Dylan movie, but I'm proud that he got nominated. Like, this is huge. I know that they were really pushing that movie, so I'm glad that that got nominated. Emilia Perez, I've heard only terrible things about, so I'm really hoping they don't win anything, because I need them to shut the fuck up and calm down. I have seen Wicked. Also, that is a crazy one, but also could have seen it coming, honestly. All I'm gathering from this list is I have some movies that I need to watch for sure, because I think I've only seen maybe half or less than half of these movies, and that's embarrassing. Next is going to be Best Actor in a Leading Role. Adrian Brody in The Brutalist, Timothée Chalamet in A Complete Unknown, Colman Domingo in Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes in Conclave, and Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice. Cannot believe The Apprentice is getting any attention from the Academy. That movie actually did terrible. It tanked. I know it did, because I know no one talked about it. There was not a single word, good or bad, spoken about that movie. So the fact that it made it this far to the Academy, crazy work what they did. Crazy work. I know they're just trying to suck up to Trump, because that's literally what the movie's about. But I haven't seen a single one of these movies. That's not good news. I do love Colman Domingo, though. I fuck with Colman Domingo hard. So, looks like I've got my work cut out for me there. Best Actress in a Leading Role. Cynthia Erivo, Wicked. Carla Sofia Gascon, Emilia Perez. Mikey Madison, Anora. Demi Moore, The Substance. Fernanda Torres, I'm Still Here. Lot of good ones. And I'm rooting for a lot of these people, unfortunately. Like, it's going to be quite tough to see what the Academy pulls out of their ass for the Best Actress in a Leading Role, for sure. My feet are freezing. Oh my God. I literally can't get in a position where my feet aren't freezing, because it's so goddamn cold in this house. Embarrassing. Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Yura Borisov, Anora. Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain. Edward Norton, A Complete Unknown. Guy Pearce, The Brutalist. and Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice. Boy, do I love Jeremy Strong. I guess I really gotta watch The Apprentice. I was honestly shitting on it when I saw the ads for it. But I kind of did want to see it because I wanted to see how bad it could potentially be. And now that it's nominated for an Oscar, like multiple even, I gotta see this shit, bro. I gotta see what the Academy's thinking. Because while, yes, Sebastian Stan and Jeremy Strong are amazing actors, separating them from The Apprentice, this is just wild. Best actor in a leading role and best supporting actor? Come on. Come on, man. That's crazy. Best actress in a supporting role. Monica Barbaro, a complete unknown. Ariana Grande, Wicked. Felicity Jones, The Brutalist. Isabella Rossellini, Conclave. And Zoe Saldana in Emilia Perez. Guys, what if I told you that I don't want to watch Emilia Perez and I have no interest in watching it, but if I were to watch it, it would just be to hate watch because they don't deserve all of this. They do not deserve all of this, and I don't want them to get anything of it. None of it. I want none of this. Nothing to do with this movie. That's all I have to say. Best director. Oh, I can't wait. Okay. How exciting. Okay. Sean Baker, Anora. I hope he fucking wins. I'm sorry. I know that's like, Nicole, like, save that for the predictions episode. God, I love Sean Baker. He eats down. I'm pretty sure the same director who did the Florida Project, and I fuck with the Florida Project hard. Let me confirm my statement before, spreading misinformation, but I'm pretty sure I was right. He is, in fact, the director for the Florida Project and for the movie Tangerine, Red Rocket. So I just really like him. I fuck with him. I fuck with his brain. Me and him need to sit down one-on-one, and we got to talk some things for sure because I love that man. Anyway, Brady Corbett, The Brutalist. James Mangold in A Complete Unknown. Jacques Audiard in Emilia Perez. Fuck him. And Coralie Fargit? I don't know how to pronounce their last name. The Substance. Crazy noms. What if I started calling them that instead of nominations? Crazy noms, for sure. Interesting. It's kind of sounding like I'm taking away a lot of the same movies are getting nominated for Oscars. And you know what I'm also noticing is in every single category for the most part? That stupid Emilia Perez movie. Kind of scary. Did they get bribed? Did they bribe to be this far up in this list? There's just too much. There's too much that they're getting nominated for that just they don't deserve. This next one, I'm excited. This is easily one of the best categories to look forward to. Best cinematography. If you don't know what cinematography is, God, let me help you out in figuring it out. It's basically just how the movie is kind of just set up, shot, the way that it's color graded. There's a lot of different components that go into cinematography, but just know it is a very, very important aspect of a movie. And the nominations are The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Maria, and Nosferatu. It's looking like I'm going to have to watch the Dune movies. I did a really good job at avoiding watching them because I don't really care, and also apparently they're long as hell, so why would I want to sit down and watch that shit? I'm also not the biggest fan of a lot of sci-fi dystopian movies besides, like, The Hunger Games, because I don't find that to be super sci-fi. It's just more dystopian than anything. But, yeah, it sounds like I need to watch fucking Dune and Dune Part 2. Oh, I don't wanna, but I gotta. If I'm gonna watch Emilia Perez and hate it on it, I gotta watch Dune and hate on it too, But, yeah, The Brutalist also really nominated for a lot of things, which I feel like I don't remember anyone talking about it. Like, and Conclave, they love fucking throwing Conclave into these lists. It wasn't in this one for cinematography, but, like, I also heard that The Conclave was not a good movie, so I'm a little lost. I'm interested to see how that plays out. Best International Feature Film. I'm Still Here, which I do actually want to watch because the fact that it made it to the Best Picture is huge. So I gotta know more about it. I did read a little quick synopsis of it, and it did sound pretty interesting. So I'll have to watch that. Have to add that to my list. The Girl with the Needle. Never heard of it. Emilia Perez, of course. The Seed of the Sacred Fig. Haven't heard of it. And Flow. I probably won't watch all of these, but I'm interested to see how that plays out as well. Best Adapted Screenplay. A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing. Amelia fucking Perez, what if I shot you and killed you and took you backstage and kneed you in the face and slapped you, backhanded you, all of it, backshot on you? What if I hawked my gun at you, Emilia Perez? Sorry. I just can't believe how many things this damn movie's nominated for. It doesn't deserve it. I just know it doesn't. I know it doesn't. Sorry. Best Original Screenplay. Honora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5, and The Substance. A lot of good ones on here. I'm already predicting some things are going to go down with this category. I just know it. I gotta look into what the fuck The Brutalist is. Like, truly, it's on so many. It's, I don't know. Like, what's September 5? I don't know. Makes me feel like I don't watch any movies when I go and look at these Oscar nominations. I swear. These I do need to get into. Best Live Action Short Film. I just need to get into more short films, I think. But yeah, Alien, Anuha, I'm Not a Robot, The Last Ranger, and A Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. I'm not really an action person, but I'm interested to see how that's going to go. I might have to look into some of them as well. Best Animated Short Film, Beautiful Men, In the Shadow of the Cypress, Magic Candles, Wander to Wonder, and Yuck. Can't wait. This next category is also a category I love to look at, and I will try to get to watch all of these because I love an animated movie. Best Animated Feature Film, guys, and I've only seen one out of the 5 that are here. Shit. We've got Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot. And I really did want to go see The Wild Robot in theaters. I kind of shit on it at first because it was like, the concept of it was crazy. Like, this is such a fucking stupid ass movie. But then people were actually saying it was a really good movie and people were crying to it. So now I'm like, yeah, I gotta see it. Didn't have time to see it in theaters though. So it's gonna have to be an at-home watch, unfortunately. Unless they're re-releasing it to theaters again. I'm hoping. Because I would love to see it on the big screen. But yeah, I gotta see all of these. I've only seen Inside Out 2. That's so embarrassing. There weren't even that many, like, crazy good animated feature films last year. So I definitely have to check these all out. Best Documentary Short. Death by Numbers, I'm Ready, Warden, Incident, Instruments of a Beating Heart, and The Only Girl in the Orchestra. These sound like crazy good names for a documentary. I am not, like, the biggest documentary fan. I try to avoid them when I can, honestly, because they're never just a category or like a genre that I go towards when I have options to watch. Never go for them. Never. We have Best Documentary Feature Film, Black Box Diaries, No Other Land, Porcelain War, Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, and Sugarcane. Also gotta look into those. Don't know anything about that one. Best Original Song, and you already know who the fuck is on the top of this list, unfortunately. I don't even want to keep talking about it, but I will. El Mal from Emilia Perez. Bleh. The Journey from 6888. Like a Bird from Sing Sing. Oh, Mi Camino from Emilia Perez. There's two of these fucking songs in this nomination, on this category. What if I killed myself? That just gives them more of a chance to win. Guys, what are we even doing here anymore? Sorry. Never Too Late from Elton John, Never Too Late. Well, damn. All of these sound like they're gonna suck, and you know what's gonna probably win is a fucking Emilia Perez fucking song, because the chances are higher. I hate when they do this shit, bro. That shit pisses me off. Ugh. Anyway. Best Original Score, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, The Wild Robot. I need Wicked to win. I need it to win in this category, please. Because I don't like anything else in here. And you know what I mean when I say I don't like anything else, is I don't like the Emilia Perez movie being nominated in this. I swear if they win one Oscar, just one, I'm going to scream. I'm going to scream and, like, shove my pillow in my face, because what do you mean? What do you mean? Don't let movies like that ever fucking get this far ever again, bro. Ever. If there's an Emilia Perez movie hater, it's me. And if there's zero, I'm dead, for real. Like, I can't begin to explain. Anywho, next category is Best Makeup and Hairstyling. A Different Man, Emilia Perez, Nosferatu, that's a good one, The Substance, and Wicked. This is such a jam-packed category that deserves, like, all of these movies except for the Emilia Perez movie deserve all of these awards. The Substance, are you kidding me? Not only just, like, the hairstyling, but the fucking special effects, makeup, like, everything that they went through for that movie is so good. And then the Wicked movie, are you kidding? Hello? That's crazy. But also Nosferatu, really fucking good. So I'm very interested to see what's going to win in that category, because there's some real good ones in there. Let's see. Next category, Best Costume Design. A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. So this one also has some really good ones nominated for it. I'm shocked that The Substance wasn't nominated, but what can you do? I feel like if anything is going to win, if Wicked is going to win anything, it's probably going to be Best Costume Design, I'm not going to lie. Up against Nosferatu and Gladiator 2 alone, like, Wicked's going to fucking win. Are you kidding me? Not even a question or doubt in my mind. Best Editing. This is one of my favorite categories as well, because it's very telling of, like, what editing styles you enjoy, and I just think editing makes or breaks most things in the movie and TV sphere. I said spear like the head of a spear. Sphere, like a circle. Like, this is literally what I want to be when I grow up, like, what I want to be in my career, fucking editor. So, like, this category just means a lot to me. Best Editing, Anora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia goddamn Perez, and Wicked. I don't think Wicked's gonna win. That's all I gotta say. But I also don't think Emilia Perez is gonna win. And by golly, if they do, me and the Academy, we're gonna have some words. Don't you worry. I know exactly where the Academy is, and I'm gonna get them. And I'm gonna, in the middle of the night, go to every single one of their houses and go break into their house from their bedroom window and get a fucking melon baller and just scoop out their eyes, because you don't deserve them after having this many Emilia Perez nominations. Who do they think they are? Who do they think they are for nominating this movie? Best Sound category. A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Wicked, The Wild Robot. I gotta see. I haven't seen anything in this category but one movie. And while, yes, I did like the sound, I just know the other ones, except for Emilia, are gonna be really good. Like, Dune Part 2, I don't know. I have a feeling that one might be up there, like, high for the best sound design. Because it literally just takes place in a not real world at all. Like, in fucking space. So, it's hard to come up with sound design ideas there, but they fucking did it. And they ate down, I'm sure. Best production design. This just means how they designed the sets and such. And henceforth, and so on, and theretofore. I just wanted to use all the crazy words ever that have ever existed. I'm sorry. Okay, The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. The production design on probably Wicked were maybe Dune Part 2 might be up there. But again, The Brutalist, Conclave just keep making their rounds in these categories. I just gotta watch them, I guess. That's what I'm taking out from this. Best visual effects, Alien Romulus. Another horror movie that's beautiful. Wonderful. Better Man. Don't tell me. Don't you fucking tell me that stupid fucking monkey movie, A Better Man, made its way onto the Academy's Oscar nominations. Don't you even tell me that they considered and also just thought A Better Man, the stupid fucking monkey movie, deserves the potential to win an Oscar. What if... I'm gonna move past that. Anyway, Dune Part 2. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I don't even remember that movie coming out last year, but sure, yes. And finally, Wicked. Now, there are more categories, obviously. These are just the bigger ones that get announced on TV when the award show does happen. Also, I'm gathering my list, not even from the Oscar website, which I usually do. I got it from CNN, so they said that there's really not much more for the categories. So those are the freaking Oscar nominations. What I'm taking from this is money goes a very long way with the Academy, because I know there had to be some form of bribery done here for Emilia Perez to... I gotta count how many fucking things they're nominated for. There's, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God. 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 fucking nominations for Emilia goddamn Perez, bro. You've got to be shitting me. You've got to be shitting me. I hate the Academy this year, I think. Anywho, apparently also, Conan O'Brien is going to be the host of the Oscars. Please do it justice, Mr. O'Brien. I need someone to distract me from the fact that Emilia Perez has 13 nominations. Okay, they don't deserve that many. And it's going to be happening March 2nd, so I have a little under 2 months to watch all of the movies that I seem to care about. I think my list is going to be The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, the Dune movies, Emilia Perez, I might just watch, honestly, all the Best Picture movies, just so I have an even playing field in that instance. But I did want to watch Sing Sing, so I definitely think I'm going to watch that. And The Apprentice and The Wild Robot. I'll probably watch also all of the movies in the Best Feature Animated film category. That's all I'm taking away from this nomination list. Please don't ever do this shit again, Oscars. I know that that last year had so many good movies, and a lot of them don't ever really make it this far to the Oscars. But Emilia Perez is just proof that if you bribe the Academy enough, surely you will get 13 nominations too. Surely you will worm your way into every category that you possibly can. It's something that it can happen. But I am proud that 2 or 3 horror movies made it to the nomination list. That's how it should be. I should actually why don't we have our own category? I'm sorry. The horror genre needs its own a Oscar nomination category. That's I just can't believe my eyes. I'm actually completely wiped out and exhausted, and I can't believe that this is real and happening, and I have to watch these movies now. Don't talk to me ever again. I need this year to be better for movies than whatever the fuck last year was. There were some really good movies last year. They just never made it to the Oscars. Ain't that something? Ain't that sad? Ain't it fun living in the real world, Paramore? Alright, that is where I'm leaving this episode because I'm actually quite sad of this list. And I am only rooting for The Substance, Wicked, and Anora. There's really not much more for me. Maybe Nosferatu, but it's so doubtful that they'll win anything. Sean Baker, I love you. Mikey Madison, I love you. Coleman Domingo, I love you. Jeremy Strong, I love you. Demi Moore, I love you the most. But yeah, that's where I'm leaving this episode. As for movies I watched since last episode, I'm going to say there's just a couple. I also did not mention anything about TikTok in the last episode, which I'm kind of glad I didn't because it ended up leaving and then coming back within 24 hours. So that's great. Never even had to mention it ever again. But I will continue doing empties. I will say that. I will continue doing empties on this podcast monthly. So you have that to look forward to by next episode. Or maybe even the first week of February's episode. Okay, since the last episode, which I don't remember when that was, I'm going to say, I didn't mention any movies from last week. So we have Speak No Evil, Portrait of God, which is a short film, One of Them Days, The Boy and the Heron, Juror Number 2, and Zoolander. Those are all the movies I watched since I last spoke about the movies I watched. And out of all of those, I think the best one is going to be Portrait of God or One of Them Days. That's all I have to say on that. As for what else? I don't think I needed to say anything else. I keep saying a lot. It's pissing me off. That's all I have for you this week. I remembered. I'm going to MegaCon! Yay, MegaCon! If you don't know what MegaCon is, it's a convention that takes place every year in Orlando. I don't know anything else about it besides that there's just a bunch of different people that go from movies, shows, games, animes, you name it. There's just a lot of different things for everybody, really. So I'm going to be going the 7th of February. If anyone else is going to be there, I'm going to be there. If you happen to see me, I'm really excited. I've never genuinely been to a convention before, so this is going to be my first experience, and I hope it goes well. I don't know what to wear. I don't know what to look forward to. So yeah, I can't wait. I will talk about my experience after, I go, obviously, but that's all the news I wanted to share this week. I hope you guys have a great week and make some great decisions, because I know the leader of this country isn't. You got to do better than those above you. Am I right, ladies? If just like I said when the year ended, when I was high on my edible, not even when the year ended, but when the year began, I had said, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? Amen. So yeah, those are the 2 quotes I need you guys to live by. Be better than those above you. And also, if you're not gonna love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Right. Okay. I will see you guys in the next episode. I love you. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry if this was a boring episode for you, but if you're a movie buff, or if you happen to care about the Oscars, maybe it won't be so boring. Tell me your opinions on the Oscar nomination lists, and do you think Emilia Perez needs to get shot with a gun or bomb? Not that you can get shot with a bomb, but maybe I will create something new just for Emilia Perez. Okay? Maybe that's what we should be doing instead of whatever it is we're doing right now, Anywho, I will see you guys next week. Bye!